everyone, Angela here. Life can be challenging. Trust me, I get it. However, I have learned we can either view the opposition or value the opportunity. Ponder on the problem or praise the potential. Focus on the situation or find the solution. Despite the current circumstances you're going through, I invite you to join me today as we embark on a grand adventure to discover the reasons why it's a good time to be you.
Here's the encourager herself, making every day a good day, Angela Henderson.
Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We are so glad that you are here with us today on It's a Good Time to Be You. So turn to your neighbor and say, it's a good time to be you. And it is. We have an amazing story that we're going to be sharing with you here in a little bit, of a story of bravery and heroism, of that of Otis Snell and Jessica Cooper. But before we get started there, we want to do our celebration of life. We are so glad that you are here and that you are with us. And as you know, we love to tell you what the thought was behind you. So I'm going to ask this gentleman right here in the red t-shirt if he would stand up, please, and just share with me your birthday. I just need the month and the day. Oh my goodness, October is a wonderful month because that was the month that I was married and also had a baby girl in that month. So October is a time of just discipline. It's a time of law and order. It also represents new beginnings. And so you are probably a very methodical, thoughtful person. You put a lot of thought into maybe what you're going to say, how you're going to say it. Maybe you're orderly, you're very organized in some areas of your life. Maybe in other areas you're not so organized, but we all need that out, right? Where we can just kind of throw it behind the door and shut it, and kind of forget about it. But you're orderly. And so the day again? The 12th. 12 is amazing because that is ruling and reigning. It's a governmental number. And so I really believe that God has set you up in so many different platforms in which you're going to rule and reign. But that doesn't come without a cost. You've had to walk through some things to gain your authority in those areas. But because you stuck with it, because you hung in there, you're going to reap the rewards of ruling and reigning in that. And so that's going to kind of give you authority in the lives of others as you are able to share and impart and to mentor them in that area. So thank you so much for what you walked through, and remember, it's a good time to be you. So again, today we have very special guests that are with us. I want to encourage you. There's a hero inside of each one of us. All right, God has placed something beautiful inside of you that you've overcome and that you have gone the extra mile for in order to be able to gain understanding, gain clarity, and also help other people be released and set free. And so we're going to learn a little bit about that in just a few minutes when we come right back. It's a good time to be you, and we are at Blaze Donuts off of King Street with our friend Michaela. Michaela, please share with me, what is your birthday? Just give me your day and your month. You don't have to tell us the year. December 13th. I love it. Okay, December's a cool month because it represents leadership. It represents governing. It represents ruling and reigning. And I think you are a girl who rules, right? Definitely. Okay, there you go. Girl rules. All right. And then the number 13, it kind of goes along with that too. That's my lucky number too. Is it your lucky number? Yeah. That's great because it represents rebellion, my friend. And you probably rebel against the status quo, right? Is that you? Yeah. Look at And there's really nothing wrong with that. We don't want to conform and be mediocre. We want to be people who are igniting things, who are starting things, who are setting things on fire, trailblazers. And so, Michaela, it really is a good time to be you, and we just appreciate you allowing us to encourage you today. Do you have anything encouraging that you'd like to share back?
You put me on the spot.
Oh, I put her on the spot. Well, that's okay. Just smile. If you can see behind this masked marvel, her smile is amazing. So thank you for sharing the masked marvel segment with us. Michaela, why don't you say with me at the count of 3, it's a good time to be you. Right. 1, 2, 3. It's a good time to be you. Welcome back. We're so glad you're with us today. You are important and you matter. A hero is someone who gives of themselves to something that's bigger than themselves. They give up their life, they sacrifice in order to be able to do something greater than maybe what they could even dream or fathom or imagine. And so today we have with us Jessica and Otis Snell Cooper, who are going to share their story. Having defected from Cuba, I think we're in for a pleasant story. So let's welcome Otis Snell and Jessica Cooper to the stage. Welcome, come on. Good deal. Good to have you today. So glad you're here. Welcome. Glad you're here. Wow, come on, have a seat, you guys. We are so glad that you're with us today on It's a Good Time to Be You. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, we're doing great, a little nervous. But
Well, we're all family here, right? And so we just welcome you. We embrace you. We're excited to hear about your story. Everybody has a story, and that's the important thing that we need to realize is that our stories count and they matter. Our lives count and they matter. And it's more than just about us, but it's to bring hope and encouragement and empowerment into the lives of other people. And so we walk these paths for a reason and for a purpose. And so just thank you for the path that you walked that's led you here today. And so it's our pleasure to be able to just provide a platform for you to be able to share it because there's a lot of people out there that need to hear that. And so, Cooper, I just want to start off with asking you a question. I understand that you were in Cuba and that you were a professional soccer player there. So kind of share a little bit about, was that a dream of yours, like when you were a child? Was that just something that you just said, when I grow up, I'm going to play soccer for Cuba? I mean, how did that happen? How did that come along?
well, I was born and raised in Cuba. Growing up, my dad, he played in the basketball national team. And somehow my sisters and I, we have that sports in our blood. So I was really good at sports. Any sports I play, I was good. So in my school, there was only soccer. And, I wanted to play volleyball, but there was only soccer there. It was really small school. So I was like, well, let's try soccer. So I just started playing soccer. I just didn't know anything about it. I was like 9 or 10 years old. So I was like, oh, let's play. And one day I just got good at it. And one of the scouts, they were telling me that I could make the regional team and I could do great things and just keep it up. I was like, well, let's keep doing it. And all of a sudden, I was in the regional team, and I was being called for the youth national team, and it was all amazing. I didn't plan on it. It was just purpose.
Wow. Now, being raised in a communist country at the time, what was that like for you when you were in Cuba
Well, it's
as a
very tough.
professional athlete?
Yeah, it's very tough. There are many things that you cannot do. There are many things that you want to do, but just because the government controls everything, sometimes you can't even dream. So we were traveling, we were playing against like big teams, big players, but that was it. There was not a dream. There was not something that we could say, well, let's whenever I grow up or whenever I reach this point, I'm gonna play in this club, because the country will not let you play outside of Cuba.
Okay. So, because the country didn't allow you to dream or embrace your dreams, did you have some secret dreams?
Well, I always wanted to play professionally, because the sports in Cuba are not professional, even though they say they are, but they're not. They don't treat you as a professional, so it's not like you can live off of it. So I wanted to play professionally. I knew that, prior to that, I visited around 10, 15 countries, so I knew that my level was similar to those players that were playing in big clubs.
Wow.
So I was like, well, I would like to try to play in professionally and make a living and, I don't know, get my name out there.
Wow. So then what prompted you then to come to the United States? And maybe where were you at that time in your life when you just decided, okay, I'm leaving Cuba?
I was 20 years old. I was at my best in my career, and they didn't want me to play. because they wanted somebody else to play that was older, and that somehow got me mad. And I know that was kind of God placed that inside of me. Before that, I have come here prior to that, and I didn't think about defecting. We went to Tennessee to play a game, no problem. But somehow, before going to Canada, I started feeling that, that I needed something new, that I needed something else, and I didn't tell any of my family because of the government. They control everything, so I didn't want them to get involved in that, and they have problems. So I just told my best friend, and that's it. So a month later, we went to play a game in Canada, and I decided to escape.
Wow. Now, did you escape on your own, or did you have like a strategy, a plan? Was there somebody there to help you?
Yeah, my best friend we had a friend in common, so there were two friends that wanted to do the same thing. They wanted to defect, and well, we talked, and it was very, very, I'll say, secret. We made in a little room to talk about it for a few seconds to plan everything, and after we had everything planned, we say, well, we cannot talk anymore about this. If anyone hears about this, they will kick us out of the team, and we will never make the national team again.
Wow. So what was life for you once you defected and you made your way to the United States? What was life for you like during that period of time?
Well, it was tough. It was tough. The language, culture, everything was completely different.
So you didn't know any English when you...
No English, zero English.
Welcome to America.
Yes, I spoke no English. Language was a big thing, especially because we started playing on the team, Charleston Battery, and everything was in English. We had a coach was speaking English. We had no idea what he was talking about. The only connection we had was soccer. Soccer is the same everywhere. So it was extremely challenging for us, learning English and learning the culture and learning the times. In the team there is a thing that you have to be on time for everything.
Yeah.
If not, you get fined. So we got a couple of fines.
So you learned to be on time.
Yeah, I learned to be on time. The hard way.
Wow, that's crazy. So how did you get on the Charleston Battery team? Did you just walk in and say, hi, I'm Otis Snell, I just defected from Cuba and here I am? Or, how did that happen?
Well, after we defected from Canada, we crossed the border from New York, and we had a friend. We have a friend in Miami that he had some contacts, some coaches, and right after we crossed the border, he contacted us, and he wanted to help us. He just wanted to help. So 3 months later, we're trying out for Charleston Battery.
Wow.
We're here, and the coaches, he saw us the first time. He said, we want 3 of you, and we signed a contract. And we stay here.
That's such favor, isn't it? God is so
amazing.
awesome. Yes. Wow. And that was so brave of you to be able to make that decision, to make that choice, because you left everything that you knew, including your family, I'm sure, that you loved very much, and probably didn't know if you would ever get to see again. Share with us, we'll come back, we're getting ready to go to a break here, but interested in knowing how you met your lovely wife, Jessica. And so when we come back, Otis Snell's going to share with us that story, and we're going to hear from Jessica as well as to how that encounter happened. So we'll be with you in just a moment. Otis Snell and Jessica Cooper, and they are sharing their story with us. Cooper, you have just shared with us how you defected and made your way into the States, also playing soccer again, which is a passion of yours. And but now we want to find out from Jessica. Okay, Jessica,
So here you are. How'd you meet this guy? How did your paths cross? What was happening with you at this time in your life?
Okay, when I met him, it was a program or something that we have at church that's called Fire in the Night.
Okay.
And so we were there from 9 to 1 a.m., 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And so I was always in my PJs, so I came.
Okay, Fire in the Night in your PJs from 9 a.m. Tell me, what is this, Fire in the Night?
Okay, Fire in the Night is a prayer set. And
So they were praying.
Yeah,
Okay, all
so
right.
we were praying for the 7 mountains of societal influence. And so we were there twice a week. And so at that time, I was still at school, so I was in my PJs. So I was like, whenever I come home, I can be ready to go to sleep. So I was always on my PJs. My hair was a mess. I was not looking to find someone. But prior to that, I made a commitment to God, and I said, God, I am going to give you my heart. And the person that you have for me, he's the only one who is gonna have my heart.
Wow.
So I ask you to guard my heart. And so when I met Cooper, we were part of a team, because in the prayer set we were divided in teams. And so I was like, I don't like this guy. He's always quiet. Who does he think he is? Just because he's a professional soccer player, he don't want to talk. And, I was just making these conclusions in my mind. But we started to knowing each other, and we fell in love.
Despite all that, the fact that you didn't like him, you loved him, huh?
Yes, I had to confess that to him later on, but
That's beautiful, Jessica. That is
Yes.
absolutely beautiful. So, Cooper, were you feeling the vibes too? That the love was there, or were you trying to figure her out?
I was the one trying to pursue her first. We went to a conference. It's called One Thing in Kansas, Missouri, and we took a bus from the church, and I was sitting right behind her. So, I could see everything she was doing. So every time I looked, she was looking at her phone, but she was reading the Bible. And it's a long trip. It's an 18-hour trip. I'll just fall asleep and wake up, and she will be reading the Bible. And that happened like 3 or 4 times, and I clearly heard, I felt something. I felt the Holy Spirit saying, that's the kind of woman that you want.
Wow.
So I took that advice. I didn't wait. I didn't wait long. I started to approach her right at that conference. Trying to meet her and introduce myself, and talking to her as as friends. I mean, I knew what I wanted, but she didn't know, so I didn't want to scare her. So we started talking and everything, and not long after that, we became boyfriend and girlfriend, and then we got engaged and we got married.
How beautiful. That's awesome. So now here we are. You've come from a country that did not allow you to dream. You had secret dreams, but they weren't going to support you in that, and they were going to make sure that your life conformed to what they said that you could do. But now you found yourself in a country that celebrates dreams, that encourages dreams, that was founded on dreams. And you followed the advice of the Holy Spirit, which I thought was a wise move on your behalf. I think we all can understand that, and acknowledge that when we listen to his counsel and his wisdom. And so you pursued Jessica, and now you have a partner that embraces dreams, that helps you build dreams and live dreams. Now, during this time frame, though, you left playing professionally. With that choice and with that decision, was that something that was very difficult for you? Did you feel at that time that maybe there was a dream that was dying?
Definitely. When we decided that it was time for me to stop playing, it was a tough decision. It was very hard. I was playing soccer for 15, 16 years. So stopping that adrenaline was hard. but I really felt from God. We really felt from God that it was time for me to stop playing, especially because we have just found out that we had a baby on the way.
Oh, how wonderful.
So, looking back on, when I was younger, my dad was never around, and I was like, I don't want my kid to feel the same way. I want to be there all the time. I want to support him, and I don't want to be out of town whenever he's his first day of school, whenever it's his birthday, things that have meaning for him. I want to be there. And so it was a tough decision, and it is still is a tough decision. I see my other friends, they're playing in better teams, better leagues, but I do not regret it. I do not regret it because now I get to see my family. I get to see my life outside of soccer. I get to see my value outside of soccer. So I think that that's the best decision that I could ever make.
Awesome. Beautiful. Well said. Well said. You mentioned that you had played for about 16 years, but then you laid it down, and the number 16 represents unconditional love. And so, the Bible tells us that there's no greater love than a man lay down his life for his friend. And so you laid something down for something greater, which was a child that you were bringing into this world, and that you wanted to build a legacy for. And so, Jessica, how old is your baby, and what's his name?
He's 14 months. His name is Caleb Alejandro.
Oh.
He is just so amazing.
Oh.
He is so sweet. He has a lot of energy, just like his dad.
That's awesome. That is wonderful. Well, we're going to take another break here, and then just a few minutes we're going to come back and let you guys share what it is that you're currently doing now, and as you've laid down your life, what's growing from that. And so we'll be right back. Hey everyone, Angela here. Have you ever wondered where I got this phrase, "It's a good time to be you"? Well, I am excited to share with you. It's going to be in my upcoming book entitled, It's a Good Time to Be You. So I look forward to sharing it with you. Be checking it out on Amazon.com coming real soon. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us. Cooper and Jessica, you guys are amazing, and your story is great. And it reminds me also of a scripture that says, unless the seed falls to the ground and it dies, it really cannot bear the fruit in which it is meant to grow. And so we see where you were willing to die like that seed so that more fruit can grow. So what has grown now from that sacrifice that you made, and what is it that you are currently doing? What's the fruit of that and the results that you're seeing in some of the things that you're currently doing?
Training kids. I'm a coach now, and I do that on the side. But I really enjoy that. All the kids that I've trained, they're getting promoted. They're getting confident in who they are. And before, I could coach a kid or teach them how to play soccer, but now I can teach them who they really are outside of soccer. So I think right now I'm more equipped now that I stopped playing soccer because I've seen my value outside of it, and even the parents, they tell me that they've seen the difference, even in their behavior.
Wow.
Now they are more confident. When they play, they're more confident, and that for me it's amazing. I always tell my friends that I have the best job. The parents, they give me their kid once a week to tell them whatever I want, and they'll say, play me for it. So I can impart into their lives, and I can make them better.
I love it. I love it. So Jessica, with you, as far as helping Cooper to live his dream, and it's a dream that you have as well, what is the role that you're playing where this is concerned in helping kids with the soccer?
Okay, when he told me, I was like, okay, so we have to make a plan. It's like, a plan for what? Yeah, everything needs a plan. We have to know what you need, how much it's going to cost, how we're going to do it with your time and everything. And so we started planning that, and for me, it was so amazing to help him in that area because I could see the difference. Because before it was like he was mentioning, soccer more about who he was, but now he was moving into this place that he knows who he is, and now he's gonna impart that into other people, help them to grow, but also teaching them who they are. And so we started planning, and it has been successful.
Well, you are truly a Proverbs 31 woman, you know, very business minded. You're the visionary, right? And she's the one that's going to make it happen. That's good. So God really partnered you very well. So share with us, Jessica, when did you realize that it was a good time to be Jessica Cooper?
I think when I realized that I was loved by God. Because my entire life, my parents were there, but they were not really there for me. And so I always felt lonely. I always felt like I was not loved. But when I met God, everything started changing. And he started doing a deep work in me. And so when I find out about my value and that I was loved, I was like, wow, this is all I needed.
Yes.
And so that really changed me.
That's so beautiful, so beautiful. And Otis Nell, when did you come to realize that it was a good time to be Otis Nell Cooper?
Really, when I realized that I had a father and that I wasn't alone, that he really cared for my needs, and that I didn't have to perform to earn his love.
Wow. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. You know, we all have dreams inside of us, and we all have that a hero that's inside of us that we can lay something down so that someone else can be better for it. And just like Cooper laid down that big dream of fame in the sports of soccer, but now he's helping others to live their dreams through it, and so he's imparting that. And Jessica, being that helpmate beside him, seeing it, making it happen, making it his dream, her dream, and then raising a child together that I understand he's 14 months, and Dad, you said he's kicking around the soccer ball now.
Miniatures right from the house. So.
Amazing, amazing. But we all can live our dreams, and we all can be brave and courageous in what we do, that we can empower other people to do it too. So how about at the count of 3, why don't we say it's a good time to be you, okay? 1, 2, 3. It's a good time to be you. Connect with Otis Nell and Jessica Cooper, and to find out more about their soccer training program, go to www.coopersoccer.com. And remember, it's a good time to be you.